Today's basically part two of our deep dive into Elite Trainer boxes. We're going to have a look at Mega Evolutions. We're going to go back maybe all the way to the beginning to find out where we should be looking if you're looking at investing in Elite Trainer boxes. If you're just getting started, I know it can be hard to find them in the wild, especially the older sets. So we're going to start at the newest set, the stuff that you're most likely going to be able to find. Mega Evolutions dropping this Friday. So I will be live this Friday. If you want a chance at some Mega Evolutions, it will be here on the YouTube channel. And all of everything is available at championscardclub.com if you want to get in early. I don't have a huge amount of supply, but just that is what it is. Mega Evolutions Elite Trainer boxes here, $100, $107. This is pretty high right now. The reason this is so high is because this is a pre-sale on TCG Player. If you're buying, here we go, right here, pre-sale item, okay? If you're buying at these prices, only people who own legit game stores can post their products as a pre-sale on TCG Player. And if you look down here, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I count it right? Look at that, 10 current sellers, okay? So this doesn't really reflect the current market very well. I would not use this as a guideline to know what the prices are going to be. Realistically, the prices are going to drop probably pretty substantially after this set comes out. The reason being, because the market will be flooded with way more products being added here once other people are able to get their hands on them. So right now, nobody really can get their hands on them except for game stores. So that's why the price is so high right now. At a certain point, yeah, people were paying $135. So if you're thinking about getting some Mega Evolutions, wait for right now until this drops, until it comes out on Friday. On Friday, I could expect this to drop down to, I would say we're going to look at about, I'm going to go $80 on here. MSRP is going to be around, I'm going to say 65 for this. So third party website, probably $80, maybe $100. For reference, it'll make more sense as we go. Here's a good example though. This is already down to $94. So I think 80 is a good estimate on what we're going to see. Because it's going to have to be close. It's going to have to be a little bit more than MSRP at minimum. So 94, 24 here. And the price does continue to drop here. 172 sold at this price. People think that this is a good price. 571 here listed. Only 89 of the Lucario. If you want to know the demand, where the demand is, it's for the Lucario set, which should not be a surprise to anyone, just because Lucario is more of a fan favorite. Average daily sold 48 here, and our average daily sold here is only 34 for the Gardevoir. Same cards inside, same promos, I believe, inside as well. So I don't really know. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure the promo is just the Lucario in both boxes. So you're paying a premium to have this box. That's worth it to you, okay? In my opinion, this is not really the worst price at $94.24 for the Mega Evolutions Mega Gardevoir Elite Trainer box. So now let's go back a little bit, and you can see an example of what I'm talking about with our Black Bolt Elite Trainer box here. Let's look at the 6-month chart. At a certain point, people were paying $220 for this. Not that many people. 177, 132. Black Bolt and White Flare were thought to be potentially really big sets because of the success of 151 and Prismatic Evolutions being specialty sets. It's a specialty set featuring the black and white Pokemon. But I don't think is performing as well as people thought it was going to. Why that is, I think the cards themselves they just weren't super enticing. here, 1,092 of these sold for $90. So people are definitely jumping in at these prices. Let's see what the daily sold here. Average daily sold 23. Pretty good sell through rate for these. Wow, somebody, they really, once that once that uh, valley hit, people really went for it. And I think that's smart. Uh, I think the prices are at this point for Black Bolt and White Flare, current quantity over 1,000. I think the prices will be going up soon. How soon, I can't say, but sooner than later. We'll say that. Because the supply, here we have 1,193 for White Flare at 81. The supply is going to start to diminish. Sell through rate here as well is 24, 24, and 12. Quite a bit more here for the White Flare, at the price difference being only about $5. I think the more desirable set is Black Bolt. That's why the price is a little higher, because of the seismitoad in this set. But really, at these prices, I don't think that these prices are that bad. I don't think this is a terrible price for either of these sets, and I say that because MSRP on these is about $65. You're not really paying a huge amount of markup if you're looking at either opening it or holding it for a long-term investment. I don't think that price difference is going to make that much of a difference in the long term for you. I think it has room to grow. Let's look at this. This is Destined Rivals Elite Trainer Box, and I think we can discern a lot of things based off of this box. This could potentially be the top Elite Trainer box of the series outside of 151, maybe even Prismatic Evolutions. This is like the top base set box. Those are both specialty sets. This is not a specialty set. $108. So disregard White Bolt, Black Flare. Looking at Destined Rivals, 108. The supply, pretty low here. 241 for Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals, I don't think we're seeing it as much on the shelves anymore. Black Bolt and White Flare is starting to taper off. And if you want an example of what I was talking about as far as the prices going to trend upward, over the last 3 months, at $86, 15% gain on your Destined Rivals. 6 months, you can't really use this to understand the market, because this early market fluctuation, I don't think is something you really need to be paying too much attention to. It's a lot of noise, it's a lot of hype, and the market takes a little time to figure out what the actual value of this item is. At $96, a lot of people thought a steal. Over 1,000 people did. But now we're starting to trend upward, okay? And that is what is going to happen over here with Black Bolt and White Flare. You see the graphs are pretty similar, right? We're starting to slowly see the uptick in Destined Rivals. You can look at the time differential and see that if you buy now for White Bolt or White Flare and Black Bolt, I think it's probably a pretty good investment. Destined Rivals up to 108. This will be a $100 box. Really, if you don't care about how long you wait, if you want to wait a year, then it's a no-brainer. Okay? Journey Together. And I say that not just because of the prices of these particular boxes, but because of the prices of everything, because of inflation in general, because of the devaluation of the dollar. The prices on goods, physical goods like this, are going to go up because the value of the dollar, now, it might not continue to go down, but it is looking like it very well could. If that's the case, it's good to have your money tied into things that will increase in value, like an Elite Trainer box. 79, of course, not financial advice. I should probably say that every video. $79 for Journey Together. Now, a little different story. Destined Rivals, one of the best sets in the series. Journey Together, people consider it one of the weakest. $79 though. At your lowest, you could have got it at $65. I believe MSRP was probably 60, 75 or 60, 65. So here at $80, I still think it's going to go up. Something to think about with like Journey Together. Journey Together, not super desirable. It's not going to be moved to the top of priority for the Pokemon Center to print more of these because it's not in much demand. You saw what's happened with Prismatic Evolutions. Prismatic Evolutions, very high demand. So what have they done? They've printed, printed, printed. And now the prices are going down, down, down. And that's good. It makes it affordable for everybody. It stops to curb all of the scalping. It makes for a healthier, more stable market. When you look at something like Journey Together, it is going to slowly tick up over time because there's not as much supply going to be pumped into the market because the demand is not there. 292 of these listed. Not very many. 240 of Destined Rivals. Over 1,000 of Black Bolt and White Flare. That kind of shows you how fast this product is consumed on the market, how quickly it is eaten up. 1,000, then we drop to 200. 200 here. Just once it's gone, it's gone. And yeah, it will be reprinted in the future, but it's not going to stop these prices from ticking up over time. So if you waited 3-4 months, probably not going to see any Journey Together being printed. The price is probably going to get close to the $100 range, and then they might print some more. Maybe. They will print more. That is guaranteed. How much, though? That is the thing we don't know. Here's an example of those kind of fluctuations, and one of the most extreme examples here is Prismatic Evolutions. $121 for an Elite Trainer box that they just flooded the market with. There's more Prismatic Evolutions in the market right now than there's ever been. I think there's more now than there was when they. I know for a fact there's more now than there was when they originally printed it. So you also consider that there's already been a flood of this original printing. Yeah, it was on the lower side, okay? They said in 6 months we're going to print at maximum capacity and flood the market with your Prismatic. And now we're seeing that, okay? We're seeing it right here. This is what they can do. These are the kind of ups and downs you're going to see when they start to try to flood the market. And how long did this last? How long did that dip last? We're already going back up. It's September 20th. August 18th is the low. A month? It lasted a month? I mean, you could say right here, May. You could say May. 5 months? I don't know. The prices are just going up despite this hitting the market. Prismatic is severely in demand. There are almost 3,000 boxes on the market right now, and the price is still at $120. If you're looking at buying any of these boxes that we've looked at today, I would suggest Black Bolt. I think Black Bolt is your best one so far. Journey Together is not bad. I think Journey Together, you're going to see the price increase sooner than later. But if you're looking at actually holding on to these as a collectible or as an investment or however you want to do it, Journey Together is going to do better sooner than later. White, I think Black Bolt will do better over the long term, just because of cards that are in the sets. Let's go look at Surging Sparks. Now, Surging Sparks is where I think Surging Sparks is where everything took off. Because you had a lot of people say Twilight Masquerade. You had 2 sleeper sets between Twilight Masquerade and Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks is when the shelves started being cleared out. Before that, you could find Pokemon product all the time. It's not a huge deal to find it. But when Surging Sparks came around, and I know a lot of people don't like Surging Sparks right now, but when Surging Sparks came out, it was the hottest set. You could not find it. Everybody wanted the Pikachu in the set. It was absolutely in demand, and that demand will come back over time. People get burnt out on a set, then they forget. Then they come back to the set and they want more. The time will come where this will be back in demand. And so if you're looking at holding on to these for a long time, if you're looking at investing or collecting, now it's not a bad time to get in when the demand is really low. And you see it on the graph, right? You see the demand, you see the people buying it up 200, 200, 200, almost 200 every tick here, every week this box sells for. And you're only sitting at 560 of these boxes on the market. It's an interesting graph. Up here, 109 is the highest this went for. And I think a good rule of thumb, $78 is really not that far from $60, $65. Okay? The potential at this cost is high. It will go back to $113. It will go back to 108, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and more over time. It's just the nature of the beast, okay? Listed medium, $90. Still a good price. We saw the Costco drop, the Costco drops for this. We saw the market get flooded with Surging Sparks. We saw it get flooded with Prismatic Evolutions. Surging Sparks has not yet rebounded. It's a good time. Almost 300 people agree that it's a good time to be buying this. And that's in the span of what, a week? 200, 300. Now's a good time to buy it. Yeah. Everyone wants to know what's the best. Everyone asks, what's the best Elite Trainer box to buy? What's the best Pokemon Elite Trainer box? What should I invest in? Your market memory price of Surging Sparks being what, $60, $50, $40, $30 back here a year ago. It's not the same anymore. The market has shifted. Everything is much more expensive. And I don't know if you've been around long enough to know how things work, but prices don't come down. $87.99 for Stellar Crown. And this has been just a straight shot upward. We have seen very small tricklings of Stellar Crown hitting the market, but these prices, they're going to have to do a reprint. They probably will do more of a reprint soon. Yeah, we saw a little bit, but it didn't even make a dent, did it? Let's look at 3 months. Yeah, show me where that reprint hit in this graph. Probably here. Boom. 81 to 77. I don't know what to say. 100 sold here, 100 sold here, 55. Yeah. At any point, if you had bought this, you would be happy. We're going to continue on. I know I'm about at like 20 minutes already, but we're going to continue over to Shrouded Fable quickly. I feel like I can do another video on this and go through the rest of the list because there's a lot to discuss. Oh, wow. 182 sold here at $60 for Shrouded Fable. One thing I want to point out is the distributors, the Pokemon company itself, everybody involved in this chain of producing the Pokemon product is very aware of the prices on TCG Player. And they are slowly inching up the price every single set. When I started my YouTube channel, you could get on sale, you could get Elite Trainer boxes for $25. People were buying last Christmas. People were buying Lost Origin, um, Silver Tempest. What else do I have over here? Astral Radiance, $25 each. Elite Trainer box. Do you know? Do you know how? Do you want to know how much a Lost Origin Elite Trainer box is? Let's do it for science. I'll just show you. Okay, $150. So when people ask you, or when you want to ask yourself, when is the best time? What is the best time? What is the best set to invest in? The sooner you're in the market, the sooner it's going to go up. Time spent in the market, okay? That's what you're looking to do. You buy your product and you wait. Here we are, Shrouded Fable, a box nobody wanted, a box I bought quite a lot of, and I bought it at $30 a pop because nobody wanted it, and at the time, I just thought I'll sit on it. Maybe I made a bad investment. I don't know, but I'll just put what I can fit into my budget, and we'll see what happens. Have I had to wait a long time? I mean, I've waited a year. This is around when I bought $30. You could have just bought it here. You don't have to be mad at people for buying stuff at these prices when they were readily available. People, look how many people bought these 55, 90, 100, 82. How many here? 139, 70. It lasted months and months. We're off into December, still at 35. Not even until January did it hit 40. And it's been a steady flow upwards. And when this product comes back onto the shelves, when they do a reprint of Shrouded Fable, I don't expect it to be much. It is not a desirable set. I expect this to hit the market at the absolute lowest. And I don't think this is even going to happen. But the absolute lowest is going to be $50 for this Elite Trainer box. Absolute lowest. But the Pokemon Company and your distributors and your local game stores know that they can go here and sell it for $75. So why are they going to sell it for MSRP? And on top of it, I hate to say this, but Walmart and Target and Best Buy, GameStop especially, they know that they can sell for more than MSRP now. And they are taking advantage of that as well. Prices are going up across the board. The last thing I'll leave you with is once we're done with Mega Evolutions, which is not that far away, the next block of Pokemon, whatever it is, we don't know. The Pokemon Center has come out and explicitly said that prices are going up in the next Pokemon set. Don't shoot the messenger. But because those prices are going up, it is going to make every single one of these sets we've looked at today, their floor is going up. The lowest you can get them for, the bottom, it goes up. All of these move together. You're not going to find a $50 Surging Sparks when Shrouded Fable is $75. They're just not going to sell for that much. They're all interconnected, and when the lowest one, which is maybe Shrouded, this is insane that Surging Sparks is $78 and Shrouded Fable is $75. Shrouded Fable is a set nobody wants. Nobody wanted. They'll want it again. It's insane that these prices are so close. It's a good time to buy Surging Sparks. Yeah, I know everybody gets mad at the scalpers on your Facebooks, on your offer ups, on your whatevers, but they're still selling at a price that is good right now. I know it's more than you could buy it off the shelf. I know it's more. But they are making a quick flip, and you have to overcome that kind of mentality. That's not where it's at. 79 for Journey Together. If Journey Together is 79 and Surging Sparks, the market, you guys for some reason think Surging Sparks is a $78 set and it is worth more. But like I said, all of these move together. 85, 94. Like you're not going to find anything below 75. 74.50. This just got flooded. The market just got flooded. And look at how many people are buying this. 200, 300, 174. You need to be buying. Look, 98. I know it's higher than that. $98. That's what Twilight Masquerade was before they flooded the market with these Elite Trainer boxes. There's about 1,000 of them. If you can find people selling these for 74 or lower, and I think you probably can, you should be buying them. Yeah. Yeah. The Greninja, guys. The Greninja's in the set. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I'm going to try to continue to make more videos like this where it's a little looser. I'm just telling you stuff I've learned over time. Yeah. And I'm giving you advice I think will help you out in the long term. So hopefully that helps. My name is Cassidy. This is Champions Card Club. I'll see you in the next video.